I do a lot of gigs. You know that. It's been... Yeah, anyway, look, I was doing a big Catholic school yesterday. No, not the kids. I wouldn't do that. Kids are too hard. I'm like children's performer. I've done that before, and it's been really...
There's a joke there, and everyone's
awful.
thinking it. And I'm not going to do the joke. Yeah,
don't do it. Don't worry. I was thinking those jokes while I was on stage talking to the staff of this big Catholic college, but you can't say that because, they get a bit funny.
Of course they do.
There's about 8 PE teachers. You want to make that joke that I always make, but you can't say, you're going over the student, that's wrong apparently. So anyway, I improvised a joke.
Why are you so surprised?
Well, most of the time, improvising is just writing, so... And often you just sit at home and write, or you're in the car or whatever. But, people do, like someone like Ross Noble, he does it on stage. You know what I mean? He writes on stage, which is like improvising.
He goes in, I would imagine, with an idea, and then he explores it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting what comes out that you didn't know was there.
Yeah, or something comes up from the audience. I think that's, how people work on. I do talk about vaping a bit because it's one of those things that, that's happening at the moment with the kids. And it's a big issue at my kids' high school is that the kids vape in the toilets, right? It's a new smoking. Remember, tough kids used to smoke in the toilet in the 80s?
No one smokes anymore. Everyone vapes.
No, they vape. They don't smoke.
Yeah.
They don't smoke.
That'd be stupid. Yeah.
So anyway, I said, so is there a problem with vaping here in the toilets? And they're all like, they all go really quiet. No vaping here. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So, all right, the Catholics don't vape. I said, well, I just drove past another Catholic school and there was so much smoke coming out of those toilets, I thought a new pope had been announced. Woo!
And you made it up
I
on the
made
spot.
that up. Can you believe it? I was very happy with myself.
So that's staying in.
That's a good one. I'll try that again tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that.
I dare say God had something to do with it.
Oh, you did. Before the gig, they said a prayer and did the Mary Cross.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, and I'm not a Catholic. I'm like, this is pretty full on. That's when I thought, don't swear, don't do any kiddie fiddler jokes. Don't.
Because you do a lot of kiddly fiddler stuff.
Well, you know what? We went up and did a school in Ballarat, I think it was, where they've had a lot of incidents, right?
Oh, yes.
And there were all these yellow ribbons on the fence.
Oh, dear.
And Tom Seagate, who does a great podcast called The Good Chat with Evan Hockey, he said to the principal, I like your ribbons. Is it Halloween? And he goes, they're the survivors, Tom. The ribbons for the survivors. And anyway, he said, look, please don't mention anything to do with this stuff when you're on stage.
Yeah, fair enough.
And because he said there are survivors in the audience.
Yeah.
No, we're not stupid. But I was surprised how many jokes I had references to.
So you had to edit on the run.
Oh, I just would stop jokes midway and go, anyway, what else is going on? So I do a joke, which I've been doing for years. I go, you spend a lot of time down the park with your kids. My kids are all at school now, so I go by myself, just hide in the bushes. And I'm just like, anyway, what's going on?
It's funny, isn't it?
I know.
You don't realise.
Oh, you don't realise.
The bell that you're going to ring as you go down that path.
And then I say, later on, I was in the shower. My son, he's obsessed by my... anyway, what else has been going on? Gee, McDonald's has got some new things on the menu. What else is happening there?
Yeah,
Any vaping here?
Yeah.
Anyway, so you're surprised that all the references can be read into them that aren't even in there. When they put in your head, I did another gig where they said it was for mental health, right?
Yeah.
And they said, please don't say the words crazy, insane, suicide. But, I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? Then you're up, then you go, anyway, he was a bit he's a bit not crazy. He was. Anyway, it's just one of those things. Sometimes when people put it into your head, you just. Yeah, you end up, saying it all.
Yeah, that's right. Don't think about a white elephant. In surfing terms, if I can just bring it around. Here we go. In surfing terms, you will surf to wherever you look. So I was surfing in the Maldives, and there was a new girl surfing, and she took off, and you can see it on the video. And I just look at her, and wherever you look, you will surf towards her. So in other words, if you think about it, you'll do it.
It's a bit creepy. You're surfing towards the girl.
Well, she took off. I took off on the wave, and then she took off in front of me, and I'm looking at her going, is she going to catch the wave? She caught the wave. And I just surfed straight into her.
Oh, no.
But my intention was not to, but I couldn't help it. I just knocked her off her board.
Oh, gee.
So,
court case pending.
I'm going to test it out now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something for
go
you
on.
not to talk about during this podcast.
Go.
I don't want you to talk about Portuguese tarts.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them.
Yes, but that's not my point.
There's a whole store near my house that just sell Portuguese tarts.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I just go, this is a small market.
I'll tell you why I like them.
What do you ever have?
I had one this morning. That's why I said it.
Can you have a cheesecake or?
Because you know why they're good?
Why?
Because they're small.
Mm.
And so often when I go out with a coffee, I can't have a coffee naked. I've got to have something with it.
You do.
Muffins these days are as big as your head. So you can't commit to it. I had a muffin the other day, though. God, it was good.
Good muffin's good.
But I only ate half of this. I only ate 2/3 of this. I ate the whole muffin.
whole thing.
So today I sat down. I'd just been to the dentist as well, upstairs. Had to go downstairs and fill in some time to wait for you because you were entertaining the kids.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
So I sat down, had a Portuguese tart and a hot chocolate. How good does that sound?
Great.
Here's my problem.
Yeah.
Put too much space between me and the plate with the Portuguese tart, or covered the ground in flaky pastry.
I
was genuinely embarrassed.
Get your tart closer.
Well, you go. There should be a sign. Please lean over if having Portuguese tart.
Yeah.
There should be signs for that.
Tart.
But anyway, so that's my point, though. Don't make jokes about kitty. What were you saying before?
Kitty fiddlers.
Don't make a kitty fiddler joke, and you did. Don't talk about Portuguese tarts.
And we have.
No, but later on, see if it comes up.
Oh, okay.
See if it comes up later on.
All right.
See if it naturally. So you can't turn off this podcast, surely, because you go, this is riveting stuff.
It's one of the great terms, though, tart, isn't it? It's a bit of a tart.
It's an English term, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit, carry on. Sort of, bit of a tart, bit of a mole. That's more Australian. Bit of a mole.
What does mole? I know what mole means.
Bit of a mole.
How did that come about?
I don't know. Bit of a mole. Bit of a tart. Bit of a scrubber. That's another one. Bit of a scrag.
It's horrible terms, really, aren't they?
I know.
If you call a girl that, it really is a horrible thing to say.
Mole was always pretty funny, though.
What's funny about being a mole?
There was a kid that lived near us used to say, yeah, they're a bunch of frigid moles, which made me laugh because that's a contradiction in terms. You can't be frigid and be a mole at the same time.
Oh, you were going some debate on some guy's comeback. You go, mate, don't debate the point. She's a frigid mole, all right?
All right, you better play the music. Yeah, here we go.
Welcome to Somehow Related Now. Please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast. Great to be here, you moles.
So you don't hear that terminology now.
You don't.
There's a whole lot of new terminology. Again, we're sounding old.
I
know. But I dare say there are equivalent terminology for moles and tarts.
I just know the kids say that was my main op. He's my main op, which means opposition. Dad, is he your main op?
Who are they talking about? Husey?
Yeah, Husey's main op. You know.
We don't have opposition in comedy. Do you? You don't, do you?
Not really, no. There's some people that you don't really, not that fond of, maybe. I don't know. You've had to run in with them. Maybe they're your op.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I have been touring around, went to Cowra and met a great young man called Will, who's like a farmer, I don't know, and he loves his podcast.
Does he listen to it on his tractor?
Yeah, he downloads them where there's no reception and he gets through them. Yeah, he loves it. So good on you, Will.
Wonder what he's doing today.
I don't know, but how funny is this? He was there with his girlfriend. Guess where he met his girlfriend? You'll never guess.
He met her at a sheep shearing competition. Well, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. No, he met her in welding class at the TAFE.
Oh, that's better.
She was the only girl in the welding class.
Last week we were talking about the remake of The Nugget. That sounds like a scene from The Nugget.
Yeah, I meet my wife at the welding class.
A welding class?
Yeah.
Mind you wouldn't want to weaponise your partner with one of those welding things.
Oh, the welding.
Just make.
I wonder if that's what they talk about at night. Oh, how was the welding? Oh, sparked up today. Sparked up.
That is a talent, isn't it?
Oh, welding. My dad could weld. Yeah, he could weld. But you can't. Remember, you don't look at the flame because it'll
burn your eyeballs.
Remember, ScoMo looked at it. People were like, you shouldn't be looking at the flame, mate. He's like looking at her.
What was ScoMo doing? Well,
he's just touring a factory, touring the facility.
And he didn't have the hat on.
I think he had the hat, but he pushed it up.
Oh, you never want to look at that.
I was trying to say to these young people, I don't think they knew the reference, but it was Flashdance or Dirty Dancing that she was a welder. I think it was Flashdance.
She was
Flashdance was a welder.
But you can watch if it's on film.
Yeah.
But it will burn your retina.
Oh, terrible.
Burn your rectum. Your retina.
Hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Hello. We should get the topics. We get 2 topics. How are they related, Glenn?
We don't know that. We're going on a journey. And look, we're listened to around the world. People now are waiting for the unfolding of what we'd like to think that people. Well, I wonder if people do know the answer.
Some might. Well, what's the topic, Sam?
Winnie the Pooh and a swan.
Oh.
Winnie and a swan.
A swan.
So it's not the Swans.
Swans are not the football team, the Sydney Swans.
Sydney Swans. What were they before they were the Sydney Swans?
The Bloods, weren't they? The South Melbourne. They were South Melbourne.
That was the Blood. But what were they? They weren't Swans, were they?
I don't think so. I don't know. Oh, South Melbourne Swans? We don't know footy enough, do we?
No, because you came to it late and I'm not really a football guy. You wouldn't associate
swanning around.
What does swanning around really mean? You're sort of...
Swanning around. You're pretty happy with yourself.
Yeah.
Why didn't Dane Swan play for the Swans? He played for the Magpies.
Oh, that would be a great
selling point. That would have been funny, wouldn't it? Dane Swan with the Swans.
I've met Dane Swan. Lovely guy.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So what is a swan? A swan is a member of...
It's like a goose, isn't it? Are they similar, geese and swans?
That is... We were talking about put-downs.
You bloody goose.
That guy... Who?
Yeah, he's a goose.
Trevor. I don't know if that's your brother's name. Let's say...
Gary.
Gary. You know Gary? Yeah, he's a goose.
Bit of a goose. But that's up there with clown. Or, you know what my kids say? Muppet. Bit of a Muppet.
Muppet's good too. Yeah. Goose.
Yeah, goose.
Yeah.
Bit of a goose.
What are they? The geese? Ducks? Geese? A member of that?
Oh, I reckon they are.
Ducks? They would probably... I know we talk about this a lot, but they would... There's birds, and then there are families of birds. I reckon they're a family.
Yeah, right.
Swans... Geese,
swans,
ducks, and they have a presence about them that's slightly different.
Yeah.
Their head doesn't move as twitchy as a normal bird. Their head kind of moves slowly, doesn't it?
They seem a bit posher, a bit more regal than the average duck.
They've got grace about them.
Like the goose is actually like a bit of a clown, and the ducks are sort of the common folk, but the swans are like the kings and queens.
We have ducks in our pool, and they're beautiful. They really.
Yeah, I saw one the other day in your pool.
They shit in the pool, and it's so hard in the cold weather to get the shit off the bottom of the pool.
Remember you grabbed the net and then you chopped its head off and we had it for lunch. That was nice. You had to pluck the duck.
Yeah, I said I let it hang in the kitchen for
dry it out
until they go pink.
Oh,
whatever the colour they are.
They're on the Perth flag or
beer. Beer.
Oh, the Swan Lager. That's what I'm thinking of. Because you do see the swans down on the river there.
But is that something to do with the Swan River? Is it on their logo or something?
Yeah, it's on their logo.
Yeah.
Logo.
Yeah.
But
my mother's favourite piece of music.
Swan Lake.
Okay. What are you groaning for?
That's all right.
I'm bringing something to the table. I'm bringing a bit of culture. You bring up Goose.
Goose.
Hang on. I reckon we can play a little bit of Swan Lake. I'll just bring it on my phone because it's out of copyright. So I was thinking about this the other day because I was thinking about the ballet. The story of Swan Lake. My mother, God rest her soul, we used to have it on around the house all the time, a bit of Swan Lake. She would love it. I think we had it at her funeral. The story of Swan Lake is a blow. What is the story? What
about that movie Black Swan? Have you seen that?
That's pretty
bleak.
Pretty dark, isn't it?
I've never seen it.
There's something about someone who falls in love with
Is it a duck who falls in love with a swan?
A prince who falls in love with a swan. No, it's a bloke who falls in love with a swan.
A man?
Yeah. And then at the end he jumps in the lake.
It's a bestiality story. It's a bit weird.
Here's Swan Lake.
I actually like the music of Swan Lake.
Who wrote it?
It's great.
Tchaikovsky.
Is it Tchaikovsky?
Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Tchaikovsky. It's got a T at the start. Shouldn't it be Tchaikovsky? But if you're at the ballet, what I'm suggesting is there are people jumping around on stage like Rudolph Nureyev, and then you're going, and then they'd have commentators going, oh, they're leaning over now, kissing the duck, kissing the goose, the swan, now jumping through the air, pretending to fly, and now is
he going to catch her? Oh, he's dropped her.
Yeah, oh dear.
That's bad.
Yeah, I reckon if you went to the ballet and you're a guy,
you need commentary.
Have two guys up the back doing a bit of commentary. Oh, going into flight now.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Rudolph Nureyev. Look at his short. Yeah. It's sounding a bit like Mr.
The one on the left is a good sort. Absolutely.
Well, here's the good bit.
It's great music.
What's he doing to it now? Oh, that's offensive. Okay.
Put it down.
Yeah, put it down. Stop that.
Well, I don't know. Can you eat swan? We can eat duck and we can eat goose. Why can't we eat swan? Sure they eat swans.
Be very gamey. Be very gamey.
Sure they eat it somewhere in the world. Sure they're having a swan roast as we talk.
Well, we talked about...
Stir-fry swan.
Who's the evolution guy? What's the evolution guy? Who used to have a meal every week? What's his name? You know.
One meal a week?
He used to eat a different type of food.
Not Michael Mosley.
No. the guy who worked out evolution.
Oh, Darwin.
Oh,
they ate some weird stuff.
They had to have a different meal every week. This week we're having guinea pig.
Oh, really?
I reckon Swan would have been on there at some point.
Yeah.
Because you could have the neck. The neck would be nice.
Ooh,
Battered.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. So, Swan, why has it got a long neck?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think I know.
Why?
They go along and then they can dip their head and go right down to the bottom and eat the vegetation off the bottom of the lake that they're in.
They can fly, those swans, can't they? They can actually fly. Because you don't see a lot of them in the air, do you, when you think about it?
Yeah. Who was it did that really good film about where it was one of the first times they ever saw, David Attenborough did a drone thing where was it geese maybe?
Yes, geese.
And they flew next to the geese.
Yes.
It was one of the first times we all saw a drone working and you were able to go right next to it. But you're right, swans. Okay, trivia question. Name a TV show where a swan was killed.
The slap? He slapped a swan?
No, I don't think you're going to get it. Maybe you will remember it if I bring it up.
Oh, they killed a swan.
Yeah, killed a swan on a golf course.
Oh, yeah. What was that show?
You'll know.
It's Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's right. Larry kills a swan.
And the swan comes at him, and the third time the swan really comes at him.
Yeah.
And he takes a swing with a golf club, and he's trying to get rid of it, but actually catches it. And then captain of the golf club threw him out.
Right. Yeah.
That's a whole topic, movie scenes where animals have been killed, and it was still quite funny because at the end of Russell Coit, we used to say not many animals were hurt in the making of this.
Not many.
Are they only in white? I know they're very.
There's black swans.
Yeah, they're black swans,
Yeah.
and I know they're very territorial.
Ooh, are they?
So if don't get too close. I only see them. Where do they? They're more of a freshwater than
they're
a
on
saltwater.
lakes, aren't they? They're
But
on
you do
lakes.
sometimes see them. Do you see them sometimes?
Never seen one at the beach. Never seen
I
one
think
surfing.
I reckon I've seen a swan catch a wave. No, on one of those Instagram things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right. Well, what are we talking about? Oh, Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I love Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, see, when it comes to those sort of stories, I'm very uncultured. See, I was more of a Dennis the Menace
I love
magazine.
Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, but I'm saying that when you were reading Winnie the Pooh, I was probably reading Cracked or
Yeah, but I think I only really got into Winnie the Pooh when I had kids. I don't think it was part of,
really?
I don't think it was part of my childhood.
What is Winnie the Pooh? What era did it come from? The 20s or something?
Yeah, after the war, wasn't it? The guy wrote after the war.
I'm going to have a...
A.A. Milne?
Yes. A.A.
So there's Winnie the Pooh. So he's a bear, right? And he loves honey. And then there's Eeyore, his donkey, who's sort of grumpy.
Yeah.
He hangs out with the donkey.
Are they classic characters?
There's Piglet.
Yep.
Who's childlike, maybe. There's Tigger, the tiger.
Yeah, go on.
And then there's Christopher Robin.
And he's based on
the 10-year-old boy.
Because is there something about the A.A. Milne wrote it about his son's love of something?
Winnie the Pooh was based on a bear.
That he had teddy bear? No.
It was a Canadian bear. A Canadian soldier, they came across a hunter who'd shot a big bear and had a little bear cub. And so maybe he was a vet or something. He took on the bear as a mascot for the Canadian Army. Then they went to England and everyone loved the bear and would play with this bear as it got bigger and bigger. And then they put it in the London Zoo during the war and it just stayed there. So... And that's how I think A.A. Milne's son would visit the bear in the zoo and became very fond of it.
I don't know why I know this, but I read something about the Canadian medical psychiatry. They did analysis on all the different characters from Winnie the Pooh, and different characters represent different things.
Have I left one out?
No, one is...
Okay, so what's Eeyore? He's grumpy, isn't he, Eeyore?
Pooh is ADHD.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah.
And Piglet is anxiety. Is Piglet anxiety?
Yeah, that'd be right.
And Tigger is risk-taking.
Yeah, he's crazy. Tigger's a bit crazy.
But I suppose if you do look at classic characters in classic stories, they do represent different psyche.
Yeah.
Different
but also, it's a little bit like, they'd say Winnie the Pooh was like Seinfeld or something like that. So Tigger was like Kramer.
Yeah, right.
He was crazy.
Yeah.
Eeyore's George.
Yeah.
And Elaine's either Piglet, maybe Piglet, and Jerry's Winnie.
So somehow related. What are you and I?
Well, I'm Winnie the Pooh, surely. And what are you?
Well, I'm probably Tigger. Is it Tigger?
Tigger, a bit crazy.
Risk taker.
Not
really. No, I'm very conservative. No, I'm pretty boring.
Really.
I'm probably the depressive, anxious one. But that's all right. That's good. I'm happy to bring that to the table.
No, but you're not a downer though. You're not like Eeyore. No, you're not like Eeyore.
He was a downer. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was a bit of a downer.
So Winnie the Pooh. That is an extraordinary title.
Yeah.
To get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Well, do you know why it was called the Pooh?
Winnie was the name of the bear.
Yeah.
Pooh was named. It was the name of their cat or something. It was another animal, I think.
Oh, okay, right.
I think Pooh came from somewhere because he had poo sticks. Remember, he'd sit by the river and throw his poo sticks in the. There was a movie made with Ewan McGregor. Wasn't that good?
So in the UK, what do they call feces? They don't call it poo, do they?
They might, yeah.
Do they? Because in America, in Australia, what do we call it?
Yeah, poo or
poo,
crap or
yeah.
America's called crap, maybe.
They call it poo in the US.
The interesting thing about Winnie the Pooh is that it was sold to Disney. So
he came along. It was a successful book.
A huge book. It would have been a cartoon as well, and it got sold to Disney, who Disneyfied Winnie the Pooh a bit.
Which means what? I mean, they softened them down a little bit.
Yeah, he had no pants on for a start.
He had a red shirt, didn't he?
Yeah, that red grubby shirt. It was sort of like a tank top, like a crop top, because he had a gut and stuff. Winnie the Pooh.
Do bears have penises?
Yeah, I assume so.
Where are they? Look at a teddy bear.
Well, they'd be like a dog. It'd be hidden sort of up the back.
But they stand up and it doesn't stick out when they stand up.
No, you're right.
You think the penis would sort of...
Gee.
That's an interesting thing, isn't it? Or maybe they've got so much hair the penis doesn't really come out until it's party time.
Google that tonight. Bears and...
But it's a good question because the testicles aren't exposed. The penis isn't exposed. If they're walking along, you can understand it sort of, like elephants' penises don't come out until they're erect. Are they? Do they?
I'm not an expert in this area. You have to ask a vet, Glenn. I don't know. I've got a very limited knowledge of animals.
Did you have? Well, my teddy...
penis. Yes, I had one before I got married. It's in a jar now. Thank you.
It's in a jar.
It's in a jar now. I'm not even married.
Did you have a teddy bear?
Yeah, I had a teddy bear. I had a penguin. I've still got it, I think. I had a penguin.
That's a bit, why have you still got it?
Oh,
what do you do with it? You give it a cuddle every now and then?
No, he's only little. He's in the drawer somewhere.
I had a teddy bear, and I think his eyes fell out. He had buttons for eyes, and his arms fell off.
Yeah.
But I still hung on to him. And then I think when their stuffing starts to come out.
Yeah, it's a bit...
You go, that's the end for you. But our generation, kids have teddies now?
Yeah, my kids have teddies, yep.
So it's still a thing. You buy them a teddy at about 12 months or something. And
and they hang on to it.
And it's a security blanket.
Yeah.
And you go to bed with it and,
Yeah. They've got bears and cats. And my younger son, Barney, seems to have rodents. So a lot of... They're all like, rats and squirrels and bats and stuff.
They can line them all up. Mine was inflatable. Still is inflatable.
Well, we had these big teddy bears. Like me and my twin brother Glenn had a bear each, and we insisted on taking it on the first day of prep.
For security.
For security. There was a photo of us walking into class with our bears, and then we hung on to them for ages and ages. And then they got really mangy, and then we came home one day from school, because they stopped us taking it to school.
Yeah, fair enough.
We came away from school, and we said to Mum, "Where's our bears?" And Mum said, "Oh, you won't believe this big black dog came and took them." And then we found them in the bin. Like, Mum, we found them in the bin. She's like,
the dog got them, and what a good dog.
The look on Mum's face as we're pulling them out of the bin with carrot peelings on, like, oh God. The Winnie the Pooh books are quite philosophical, I think I remember, because he's quite...
Can you remember...
He's a bit Charlie Brownish. He's a bit...
I see. So there's a little bit of wisdom in there.
Yeah, a bit of wisdom from Winnie the Pooh.
And who was given the wisdom? Piglet?
Winnie the Pooh, and he talks to Christopher Robin, about it.
So some bloke with no pants on is trying to tell you about the world.
Yeah. A kid.
Either have it on and pants, or pants and no T-shirt, but don't get the T-shirt with no pants.
Well, Humphrey B. Bear was no pants.
Was he?
Yeah, he had no pants.
Did he have no pants?
Fat Cat had overalls. Humphrey B. Bear, no pants. Daffy Duck had no pants. There's quite a few of them out there with no pants. Well, they're animals. They don't have to wear pants.
But you can't have a bet both ways. Okay, fair enough. Okay.
We should have some thinking music. We could have a bit of Winnie the Pooh.
A bit of this. Is there a movie, Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, I said there was a movie recently, like last 10 years, with Ewan McGregor. And as my wife pointed out, it was all about man pain, because he comes back from the war, Ewan McGregor, and he's all often with these guys that are in the war, you know what I mean? Like the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings was in World War One too, and it really affected them, as it would, being in the Somme or whatever. Yeah. And he came back from the war and he's all screwed up and he sits there with the bear, talking to the bear, and the bear helps him with his problems. You're like, less about him, more about the bear.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Enough man pain.
Yeah. Trying a bit too hard, was it, to make a statement? But it's not an ongoing series. Like, is there like cartoons or anything?
Yeah, there's a Winnie the Pooh cartoon.
Disney did like a collection of it, like Daffy Duck.
I think so.
Or
well, it was more like a half hour.
Yeah, a bit more investment in it.
I think.
Yeah,
by memory. Well, or we could do something about swans.
There's nothing. I don't know if there's any Swan characters or is there any Swan. We could do a Swan brewery ad.
Oh yeah. Interview with Dane Swan.
Yeah.
Or we could do a make-believe, like, you know what always interests me when characters get sold to Disney, they have to, this happened to Star Wars too, and the Muppets, I think, got sold to Disney.
Muppet, yeah.
Yeah, Muppet. They get Disneyfied a bit. They've got to take off the edges.
As Kay Langbrook said, all the animal and Disney movies don't have assholes.
They have no assholes. Whereas Eeyore had assholes. I'm
not saying they've been walking off into the distance and the lions had their tail and then just a smooth bit of skin.
Yeah.
Hey, where's the asshole?
That's the executive.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do a make believe where Winnie's had his first day at Disneyland.
What do you mean Winnie?
Winnie the Pooh's been sold to Disneyland.
So you're saying Winnie the Pooh is... Yeah, go on. Keep going.
And he gets called into the HR person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is good. So, make-believe and Winnie the Pooh is real and he's going to... Okay, and he's being questioned?
Yeah, by the Disney executives. Hello there, Winnie. Welcome to the HR department. I'm American. Disneyland.
It's delightful to be here with you today.
Well, how you found your time at Disneyland so far? You only been here a couple of days.
I love it. I'm with Daffy Duck. I am with many other characters that you have.
Well,
Snow
I gotta
White.
say
Yes.
that's great, but we're gonna make a few changes here because Disney we're about the family,
What do you mean?
the family brand.
What do you mean?
And so, look, I've got some shorts for you to put on. We can't.
That is not sticking to character.
We can't have you walking around.
And I'm getting an American
with no pants on. Okay. All right. Next thing we need to do is cover up that little tummy of yours. We'll make that shirt a bit longer.
Okay. Yeah, right.
And what have you been doing most of the days? You just hang around?
I put my hand into a honey pot.
Yeah, that's got connotations that are not good.
Oh, really?
And also, we're kind of anti-sugar here, so we're going to change that to a Pokeball.
A what?
A Pokeball. And so, who are you hanging out with at the moment?
I'm hanging out with Piglet.
Oh, Piglet? The pig? Yeah, it's not really Disney. Who
and
else
what
is there?
about Robin?
Christopher Robin?
Christopher Robin.
How old's he?
He's about 10.
Oh, that's not a good look.
What do you mean?
A grown bear hanging out with a 10-year-old boy.
With no pants on?
No pants on. That's not good for our brand. You know, we're going to have to get a supervisor in there if you want to hang out with... you're going to have supervised visits with Christopher Robin. Who else have you got in your little crew?
I can't think. Who else have I got?
There's a donkey?
Yes.
Yeah, he's depressed. We're going to put him on Prozac.
Oh.
And you got the tiger? The one who's crazy?
You really are messing with
Piglet?
my world, and
Tigger.
I don't appreciate
Well,
this.
we're going to put him in a cage. And what are your living arrangements at the moment at Disney? Where are you living?
Where am I living?
You live in a tree.
I live in a tree. That's right, and I tell funny stories
well,
up
that's
a tree.
no good. You're not gonna. We're going to put you in an apartment, okay? We're going to put you in an apartment, okay? We're going to get you pants and a shirt, and you cannot hang out with these depressive characters because that is not the Disney brand. So the slogan of, there's a bear shit in the woods, which you have been doing, I've been told, is no longer appropriate. You cannot do that any longer, Pooh.
Well, you know what? And I'm changing right now. You heard of the saying that the bear shit in the woods?
Yeah.
They don't. You know what they do? They shit on your desk. Here, cop this.
Oh, my God. Security. Grab him, Goofy. Wow, there we go.
Jesus.
The accent changed a lot.
I'm sorry, because when you're doing American, I naturally go to whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
I'm not a trained actor. I'm not theatrically trained.
You are trained.
Well, I am trained.
What's your answer?
What is my answer? I'm going to say that A.A. Milne had a swan, and the whole thing was based on a swan.
Oh, wow.
And it was a pet swan. that they had at the bottom of the garden, living in a lake. But then when they took it to the book form, it turned into a bear because it was.
I think you're right. I think Pooh was a swan. I think Pooh was a swan. I think that's where they got the name. And Winnie was the bear. Pooh was the swan.
Winnie was the right. And Christian was the boy, the real boy.
He was the real boy.
So the father basically wrote stories about his son, or he wrote
his
about his
son and the bear in the zoo, and he needed a name, and he chose it from a swan. I know. What is the answer, Sam?
Winnie the Pooh got his name from when A.A. Milne went to the zoo and saw a black bear called Winnie. And the Pooh part of the name came from a swan called Pooh that he met on holiday.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
So that explains everything.
Everything.
Nothing to do with Swan Lake or Tchaikovsky or Winnie the Pooh was based on a swan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a bear. The name came from a swan.
The name came from a swan. I've often been down the park and I've stepped in Swan Pooh, and you can slip over.
Well, you remember that Kate Lambrook got that duck when it was a little ducklet. What are they called? A little ducky at the market, and then it grew very quickly in the backyard. All the neighbours complained, and it just spent all day shitting everywhere. And then remember on the way to radio, she dropped it over the fence of the botanical gardens.
Oh, did she?
Yes. And Dooley the Birdman, people may have heard him on radio. He was working with us as a writer. And because he's a huge twitcher, huge bird watcher, he said there was a duck that was out of place at the botanical gardens for a long time. It wasn't a normal duck. It was this duck from the market.
Just domesticated
Yeah,
duck.
But he loved it. The duck loved his new life.
Come on, you can join us. It's all
So
right.
funny.
What do I do now? You make the quack noise. The what noise? The quack. Quack, 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 quack. And you fly around.
Go beg for bread from those tourists.
Don't fly up to Central Victoria. You'll get shot. That's
Yeah,
all you
that's
need to
the
know.
big one.
Yeah, that is the big one.
Watch out for Alma Fudd.
Yeah, and watch out for some people who want to sort of get rid of all your feathers. Have you got any duck jokes?
Oh, duck. No, I've got bear jokes. Plenty of bear jokes, but it's a bit rude, isn't it? Oh, okay. Well, we can make it sensitized.
Is it? I know a bear joke. I'll do one. I've got one.
Go on, you do.
Yeah, I can't remember it. I'll just have to explain it. Yeah. Was a bear is having a shit in the woods next to a rabbit.
Mm.
And the bear says to the rabbit, "Oh, this is hard, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Does the shit stick to your fur?" And the rabbit goes, "Nah." So the bear picks up the rabbit and wipes his
No, poor rabbit.
Hey, what are you doing?
The one I know is it's a bit rude. So a hunter
He's trying to clean it up.
A hunter goes into the woods.
Just give a warning.
Yeah, sorry, kids. Hunter goes into the woods, right, and gets chased. He's trying to shoot a bear, a deer, whatever, and he's and then the bear sees him and chases him up a tree, right, pulls him down, assaults him, makes love to him.
Makes love.
Makes love.
You've cleaned it up. You've called it makes love
to the hunter.
Yeah, to the hunter.
So the hunter's traumatized. He goes off. The next week he comes back. He's there hunting again. The bear sees him. Oh, no, not again. He runs up the tree. The bear grabs him, does the same thing again. Right? Okay. The hunter comes back for a third time. This time I'm going to shoot him. The bear sees him, runs after him, grabs him, and says to him, "You're not here for the hunting, are you?"
I think we just solved... That's a very funny joke. We just solved why Winnie the Pooh had no pants on. Because he was ready for action.
Yes.
And now we're going to get sued by Disney.
Oh, God. Quick.